Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Shadowed Staircase. In the quiet town of Ravenswood, nestled between mist-covered mountains and dense forests, there stood an old mansion that whispered tales of forgotten secrets. The locals called it the Shadowed Staircase, and it had been on the market for years until a bold real estate agent named Evelyn took on the challenge of selling the mysterious property. Evelyn, drawn by the allure of a hefty commission, toured the mansion to prepare for potential buyers. The moment she set foot on the creaky floorboards, a chill ran down her spine. The grand staircase loomed ahead, a masterpiece of ornate woodwork that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Its shadow stretched unnaturally, like an encased serpent slithering across the hallway. Despite her reservations, Evelyn managed to secure a buyer, a wealthy entrepreneur named Victor Blackwell. Intrigued by the mansion's rich history, he moved in with his wife, Isabella, and their two children, Emily and Thomas. On the first night, the Blackwell family ascended the grand staircase to explore the upper floors. As they climbed, the air grew thick with a sense of foreboding. Victor, usually confident and composed, felt a bead of sweat form on his forehead. Isabella clutched her pendant tightly, a family heirloom said to ward off evil. Upon reaching the top, the family was greeted by a chilling sight. The once grand hallway now seemed to stretch endlessly in both directions, its walls pulsating with a sickly energy. Portraits of unknown ancestors leered at them, their eyes following the family's every move. The nightmares began that night. Each time the Blackwells ascended the grand staircase, they were plunged into nightmarish visions. Victor saw himself in a coffin, buried alive, the weight of the earth pressing down on him. Isabella witnessed her children engulfed in flames, their agonized screams echoing in the air. Emily and Thomas, in turn, were tormented by grotesque apparitions that whispered tales of doom. Desperation gripped the family as they struggled to distinguish reality from the supernatural. The mansion seemed to feed on their fears, distorting their perceptions and blurring the boundaries between nightmares and waking life. Shadows danced on the walls, taking the form of twisted figures that lurked in the corners of their vision. As the days turned into a torturous cycle of nightmares, the Blackwells became mere shells of their former selves. Victor's once sharp mind was clouded by paranoia, Isabella's once bright eyes dulled with fear, and the children were haunted by the spectral entities that lurked within the mansion's dark corners. Evelyn, the real estate agent who had unwittingly unleashed this nightmare, couldn't shake off a sense of guilt. She delved into the mansion's history, discovering that it was built atop an ancient burial ground, a place where restless spirits sought revenge for their disturbed slumber. Determined to break the curse, Evelyn enlisted the help of a local psychic, Madame Serafina. Together they ventured into the mansion, ascending the grand staircase with trepidation. As they reached the top, the air crackled with malevolent energy, and the walls seemed to close in on them. Madame Serafina, her eyes glazed with an otherworldly knowledge, performed a ritual to appease the vengeful spirits. The mansion quivered, and the grand staircase released an otherworldly wail. Slowly, the nightmares subsided, and the Blackwell family regained their sanity. The Shadowed Staircase, once a haven for malevolent spirits, now stood silent and still. The townspeople, oblivious to the horrors that had unfolded within its walls, continued with their lives. Evelyn Monroe, haunted by the ordeal, vowed never to sell a property without thoroughly investigating its history. Little did she know that, despite the apparent calm, the shadows of the grand staircase still whispered tales of ancient grievances, waiting for the next unwitting souls to climb its steps and unravel the fragile fabric between the real and the supernatural. Years passed, and the mansion acquired a dark reputation, a whispered legend in Ravenswood. Many avoided it, considering it a place cursed by the lingering spirits of the past. Still, there were always those drawn to the allure of mystery, and the mansion found a new owner in the form of Adrian Gray, a thrill-seeker with a penchant for the supernatural. Adrian, unaware of the mansion's history, moved in with a group of friends who shared his fascination with the occult. They laughed off the warnings of locals, dismissing the tales of the Shadowed Staircase as mere superstition. One fateful night, as a storm raged outside, the group gathered at the foot of the grand staircase. The air grew heavy with anticipation as they began the ascent, the creaking steps echoing the ominous rhythm of their footsteps. The mansion seemed to come alive once more, as if welcoming new souls to its twisted embrace. As they reached the top, the atmosphere shifted. A spectral chill settled over the group, and the shadows on the walls began to writhe with a life of their own. Unnerving whispers filled the air, beckoning the intruders into the depths of the mansion's tormented history. Adrian, fearless in the face of the unknown, led his friends through the labyrinthine halls. The grand staircase became a nexus of nightmares, each step a descent into the darkest recesses of their minds. One by one, they were tormented by visions of their deepest fears, their sanity unraveling with each passing moment. Desperation clawed at Adrian as he realized the gravity of their situation. He recalled the stories of the Blackwell family and the spectral entities that had once terrorized them. Determined to break the cycle, he sought out the help of the only person rumored to have faced the mansion's malevolence and survived, Evelyn Monroe. Evelyn, haunted by the memories of her previous encounter, hesitated but ultimately agreed to help. Together with Adrian, they retraced the steps of the Blackwell family, confronting the twisted apparitions that lurked within the mansion's shadowy corners. As they reached the top of the grand staircase, a surge of supernatural energy enveloped them. The walls pulsed with an ethereal glow, and the mansion seemed to come alive with the anguished wails of forgotten souls. Evelyn, drawing on her experience, performed a ritual to commune with the spirits, seeking to understand their grievances. The spirits, bound by a curse that transcended time, revealed a tale of betrayal, greed, and unspeakable horrors. The mansion had become a vessel for their suffering, a place where the living paid the price for the sins of the past. Adrian, driven by empathy, pleaded with the spirits to find solace and release the mansion from its haunted legacy. In a crescendo of ghostly wails, the curse shattered, and the oppressive energy that had gripped the shadowed staircase began to dissipate. The mansion, once a bastion of darkness, stood silent and still, as if the weight of centuries had been lifted. Ravenswood, ignorant of the supernatural battles fought within the mansion, continued its existence, and the legend of the shadowed staircase faded into obscurity. Evelyn, having confronted her demons, retired from real estate, content with a sense of closure. Yet, as the town moved on, the mansion's shadowed staircase remained a silent witness, whispering tales of the past to those willing to listen. The line between reality and the supernatural, though temporarily mended, remained fragile, waiting for the curious and the unsuspecting to once again ascend its haunted steps. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like, and even better, like and subscribe. Thank you very much and have a great day.